Hey guys, it's Brick Thunder, and today we have an exciting video because Home Depot's Halloween is dropping very soon, and we've already seen a ton of the images. It's an amazing year, and I wanted to bring you guys some new news and go through some of my favorites and where I'm going to put them here in the haunt. Let's go. Alright, so first of all, I got a new camera, so I am filming on the new camera and I'm going to be walking around with the new camera and it's pretty awesome. So I'm hoping this translates to YouTube in the way it looks on this camera because it is a lot better than what I was using before. So that's super exciting. But what I really wanted to talk about in today's video is Home Depot. So big thank you to Home Depot for sending me some of this news and these images early. It was so cool to see, and today I get to share this with everybody. So the first big thing I want to tell you guys, because I know a ton of people have been waiting for this, is August 4th is the date where you can purchase Home Depot's Halloween 2025 lineup. So be prepared. I believe everything is dropping that day. So if there's multiple things you want, you're going to want to be on there early. You're going to want to be on there ready with your card loaded into Home Depot's app and everything, because these things are going to go fast. So before we take a walk around and I tell you guys about where I'm going to put these items, let's go through the first two, which I'm actually not using in the haunt quite yet. I do have plans for them in the future. I'm just not sure where yet. But I'm basically going to be going through my top 5 of this year in order from the least to my favorite. Alright, so the first one is the Megalodon. So this thing is this massive shark. So I'm putting some images on the screen right now of this thing. Now this is a static prop, so I'm not going to show videos, but here are some images, and this thing is incredible. Now, we all know that Home Depot is amazing at these large blow mold items, which is really cool because for retail that is a fairly newer thing. And the only alternative for a while has been fiberglass, which is extremely expensive and in the professional side of the industry. Now something like this is really cool to see, especially because a lot of people like pirate themes, aquatic themes, stuff like that, and this is a perfect prop for that. It's massive, it's really cool, it lights up, it's detailed. And this guy's coming in at $350. So on to our next one. This is the last one I'll be sitting here for, and then we'll go walk through the haunt and I'll tell you guys where I'm putting everything else, is the app-controlled Skelly. So this thing is super innovative, very cool to see, and very customizable. I think this is exactly how it should have released. It's a plain skeleton, so you can dress it how you want, but then you can change the eyes. There's an entire app where you can change everything about it. You can do the voice, you can do the programming for the movements. So cool, and it's awesome that we're seeing something like this in retail, because at the professional level something like this costs so much, where you can program your own like moving skeletons and stuff, and seeing that in retail for only $279 is a really great deal. Now again, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put that guy when I do get it one day, but I definitely plan to get it in the future because it is just awesome. Alright, let's walk around the haunt and I'll show you guys where my top 3 are going to be going this season. Alright, so the next prop for the line, my number 3 favorite for the year is the giant arachnophobia spider. So this thing is very similar to some spiders they've done in the past, but this one is a lot cooler with its lighting, and it's very alien-like. If you look at the face, I'll put up some images now, the face is awesome, the whole sculpt is super cool, and that lighting is great. You can also change the colors. Now for a little teaser, this is where he's going. He's going in a new part of the lab. The entire lab is completely being redone. It's all cleared out and white this year. So it is going to be pretty awesome. Alright, so walking outside now. One of the super unique parts about this building is this outdoor queue area. It's super foresty. You're literally just surrounded by trees. And you're in this really kind of mythical type theming. We got our mushrooms, we got our rock archway. So something that I think would fit this area really well is the galley crow, which is my number 2 for the year. It's 15 feet tall, which is incredible. It's the first 15-foot animatronic in retail. It actually moves, the head moves. I'll show a video here on the screen, and that is just really cool to see. The 15-foot Phantom was one of my all-time favorites from Home Depot, but this guy for sure tops it. Now his wingspan is over 12 feet. He looks really creepy, and just picturing him out here, I know it's gonna look perfect. So yeah, that is why he is my number 2. All right, so for my number one of the year for Home Depot 2025, it has to be the 15-foot Scarecrow. Now this thing, very similar to the Galley Crow, is a animated 15-foot item, and I like this guy's look just a little bit better than the Galley Crow. Both of them are so close, so I had a hard time ranking them, but I believe I like the Scarecrow better, especially because I love classic Halloween stuff, and he is going to fit our haunt perfectly. So we have this new Midway out this year, which I have been teasing in vlogs, and right in the center we need something to string lights to, so we have a pole that we're putting up, and then the 15-foot Scarecrow disguise that he just sits right in front of it, and all the lights go right to above him and string out through our Midway, and he looks perfect for the theming out here. It is all going to be very classic Halloween, a lot of pumpkin theming, and that Scarecrow look is super classic, super cool. It's huge, and again, animated, which is awesome to see. Even if these were statics, they would be great. Seeing some animation in that head is just perfect. All right, so there we are, my top 5 for Home Depot 2025. Again, I want to give a huge thank you to Home Depot for sending me this stuff and giving me the details behind all of this. This has been a great lineup overall. There are so many props that I wanted to put in this list, and there's so many good ones, especially stuff like the separate holiday stuff. So we got the leprechaun out of this drop. Stuff like that is great to see because, for example, with the professional haunt, we're going to be open for other holidays, and something like a leprechaun that's scary is perfect for our St. Patrick's event. So stuff like that is super cool to see. And I'm sure you've noticed a lot of my favorite props are always giants, and that transfers to professional stuff too. I've got Colossus, I've got Demon Slayer, so I love the big props that make people just feel so tiny compared to what they're looking at. I think that's so cool, so that's why most of the things on my list, I think 4 of the 5 were giant. But Home Depot does that amazingly, and they have for some time. And one thing that I was just reminded of is the 12-foot skeleton is, of course, back, still at the same $300 price point, which is an amazing deal for something that large. And it's really cool to see him just continue to return each year. But yeah, definitely let me know what your guys' favorites from Home Depot are this year. I think it was an amazing lineup, and I can't wait to purchase some of these on August 4th. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.